In this video, we'll take a look at some of the other reasons why people get hurt. See if any of them have ever applied to yourself, whether you looked but didn't really see and comprehend the danger, or you may have just failed to listen to good advice. If you don't know who I am, my name is Martin Lesperance. I'm a retired paramedic and firefighter, and I've treated literally thousands of older adults who have suffered a medical emergency or have been injured. I've learned a lot from those experiences, and in these videos, I can help you stay fit, active, and injury-free in your golden years. Inattentional blindness. Now, this happens when a person fails to notice an object or a hazard that is totally visible, something that's right in front of their eyes. It's not a problem with their eyes and vision, but there seems to be a disconnect between their eyes and what they see and their brain. They are not comprehending what they're looking at. This may be caused because their attention is focused on something else. It may be a sound, a sight, or a thought. Or their mind just went blank. They missed the obvious. Have you ever been driving home and missed a turn?
Damn it, I missed the turn again.
We all have. When this happened, our minds were somewhere else, not on our driving. For some people, there was a hazard right in front of their eyes and they didn't notice it, or they didn't comprehend it. They may have looked, but they didn't see. Here's a classic example, and this happens all the time with devastating results. A vehicle pulls up to a stop sign, stops, the driver looks both ways, then turns right into the path of a truck. When it comes to your safety, it's important not to only look, but to comprehend and understand what you're looking at. Focus on your safety. How can you know what you don't know? I was speaking at a conference in Florida, and part of the conference, it ended up being like a golf tournament, and I know nothing about golf, and that was my first time in Florida. So we're playing on the golf course. I hit the ball close to this water trap, so I go walking up to get the ball, and the guy yells at me. He says, "What are you doing?" I says, "Well, I'm trying to get the ball." He says, "No, leave it there. There's alligators there." Now, it kind of took me by surprise because alligators are totally foreign to me. The only place I've seen them was in a zoo. But they are in the water traps in Florida, and that was totally new to me. I know more about grizzly bears than I do about golfing or alligators or Florida. In fact, here's some footage of some grizzly bears that you've probably never seen. I'm not a dummy. I'm pretty smart in certain things, but how could I know what I don't know? Something that may be so-called common sense to you may be a great revelation to someone else. That it depends on what you've been exposed to in your life. For example, take a 16-year-old who grew up on a farm or a remote area where they drove a lot on rough roads. They probably know how to change a flat tire. But if a person was never exposed to this, changing a flat tire might be brand new to them, and they might need help. So I was watching the TV show Ellen DeGeneres, and she brought in this from the audience as a 17-year-old girl. And she was going to put her through some tests that us older adults we'd call it so-called common sense. For her, a lot of the stuff was brand new. Here's what she had to do. First of all, she had to find the location on a map, and then fold up the map. Then, after that, she had to make a phone call, and not with a cell phone, but with a rotary phone, and she had never seen one before. And here's kind of how she ended up doing it. She took it and she started dialing, and she used all of her fingers, and she was dialing like this, and she had never done this before. And then when she figured she had the number, then she picked up the phone and started talking. This girl had never used a rotary phone, probably never even seen one. So how would she know how to use it? I'm asking younger people all the time, how do I do something with my iPhone? And they're surprised I don't know how to do it. Something that's simple and so-called common sense to them is a great revelation to me. It's not working. It's not working.
No, like this.
Oh, okay. And you can see that in all aspects of life, including safety. So, Why am I telling you this? Well, it's because some of the information I share with you in this program may seem like common sense to you. You already know it, but it may be brand new to someone else. For example, using a walker, crutches, or a cane. How would you know how to size them up properly without someone showing you? I probably wouldn't. It looks simple, but I may not know how to use it and how to size it properly. Putting spikes at the end of your cane in winter. A lot of people don't know you can do this, never had to. Using a cane had been totally off their radar until they need one. So, if it's new information, don't be afraid to ask questions of knowledgeable people, especially when it comes to safety. After all, how can you know something if you don't know it? And if you ever see me golfing in Florida again, and my ball goes into the swamp, I'm leaving the ball there. I'm not going after it, because now I know better. Maybe I'd ask this guy to get it for me. Complacency. Complacency can get us in trouble. We may do things so often, we do them without thinking. We never take the time to think about what can go wrong. How many times have you walked up or down a flight of stairs, or even just a few stairs? How many times have you stepped out of a shower or a bathtub? Do you ever take those few seconds to think about falling? Probably not, and maybe we should. Just because we've done a task hundreds of times doesn't make the danger go away each time we do it. Yes, we could fall down the stairs. Yes, I could slip getting out of the bathtub. Never take your safety for granted. We have to concentrate on what we're doing, even if we've done that task so many times. Complacency can hurt, complacency can maim, and complacency can kill. We all have good years ahead. Don't be complacent with your safety. Stubbornness. We all know someone who could be extremely stubborn at times. In fact, they may be sitting in your chair right now. Stubbornness can get you in trouble. In this program, I'll give some examples how people who were suffering medical emergencies but were hesitant and did not want help because they were stubborn and they refused medical help until it was too late. Sometimes people won't listen to others, even if they know the other person is right and they are giving them good advice. Maybe they don't like the person who's giving them the advice.
I don't wear a seatbelt. I never wear a seatbelt, and I'm not going to start. I go, I shop, I come home, and I'm safe. So get out of my face. Get out of my face.
They think, I've been doing it this way for 50 years. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me how to do it. I've been doing it this way for 50 years.
If you're in your own home or in a retirement home, and if someone points something out, like a hazard, don't automatically get your back up. Listen, they may be right. Maybe they see a hazard you missed. With safety, we're all in this together, and safety is a team sport. While we're on the topic of stubbornness, there will be a time when we need to use a cane or a walker. For some, this may be very hard to handle mentally, and they may be afraid of what people are going to think about them. Look at them. They're so old they need to use a cane. Canes and walkers are devices to make it easier and safer for you to get around. Trying to struggle without one when you know it would be easier and safer to use one isn't smart thinking. Remember, if you fall and get hurt, there can be serious consequences for you for the rest of your life. So would you rather use a walker or a cane, or have a broken hip or worse? This is what it may come down to. Stubbornness can get you hurt. It can get you confined to a bed or a wheelchair for the rest of your life. Don't be stubborn when it comes to your health or your safety. Thanks for watching. Now, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe to them. Also, feel free to add any comments. There's a lot of people like you with life experience watching these videos, and we can learn from each other. And this will help me make better videos.